I have a 2010 Honda CRV. I'm replacing a PCV valve. This is actually the part number for it. So if you want to get it from AutoZone or whatever store you use. Um, Now, PCV valve is just a positive crankcase ventilation valve, and what it does is basically it meters the flow of vapors from the crankcase to the manifold. Um, and as the engine speeds up, the valve opening moves back and forth, and over time the spring wears or gunk builds up, and it causes your car to be inefficient, and as a result, you can it causes oil leaks and gunk buildup in the engine. So we're about to take care of it right now. You're just gonna need a 17mm socket and probably needle nose pliers. Yeah, it's recommended that you change this about every 30,000 miles. You can take longer if there's no issues with it, but that's the recommended interval. You can also clean them. You can remove them, clean them if you can, and there's a way that you can test them. So, for instance, if you take it off your vehicle, all you gotta do is shake it, and if you hear that click, then you know that it's still good. The valve is still good. So that's a way to test it. All right, so let's get to it. When you're in front of your vehicle, the valve is actually located right down here, right over there. Let me see if you can see that. Yeah, right there. That's your PCV valve. So let me see if I can get closer. There it is. That's a PCV valve right there. That valve right there. That's a 17mm wrench that you need, or a socket. What we got to do is you got to take this clip off from the hose, move it back, and then pull the hose out, and then we're able to remove that. So that's what we're about to do. All right, so here we go. Try to remove this, pulling it out of there. There we go, got it out. Next step is we got to remove this hose by pulling the hose. We're going to try to wiggle it first and then pulling it. Let me see if I can do it with a needle nose. Nope, it's not budging. So I'm gonna have to get a different type of plier, or maybe use my hands. Let me see if by pulling it might work. It's a little bit tough. Oh, there we go. So it's coming out now. There we go. So the hose is out. So now all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my 17mm wrench and see if I can remove it. If not, I can just use a socket. Socket might be easier in this case, I think, because of the angle. Let me check. So this is an 1116 socket. Hopefully this will do it. That was tight. Wow. Just in case, this is supposed to be tying to 29 foot-pound. So, and I guess it's tying over time on its own. Let's see. Should be easy to remove by hand now. Should be coming out soon. And here's a PCV valve, and it's still good. It sounds like it's good, but it's been over 50,000 miles, so I'm replacing it. Now this is a new PCV valve. It's kind of like in a difficult spot. So when you're installing this, just make sure you put a new cross washer. So for instance, the cross washer for this one is this, and I'm using one very similar to, I believe this is the same one they use for your oil drain plug, but I'm using this cross washer. I want to put it on the new valve, and we're gonna put it right in. I'm gonna use the socket this time because earlier when I was putting it in, it just fell down from my hand, so I'm gonna use a socket this time. I think it should make it easier. All right, here we go. See if we can get it in. Make sure it goes in smooth.